Hello, everyone. Welcome to Industry Intelligence and our i2Live webinar series. I'm Ola Jane Gow with Industry Intelligence, Inc., and with me is my colleague, Jeremy Bobo. Today, we are pleased to welcome Bryan Seyfarth with software company Sophian. At Sophian, Bryan is the consumer goods segment leader for Sophian's Accolade Solution Suite. Bryan is an acknowledged expert on product development, process optimization, for consumer goods manufacturers. Bryan has advised consumer goods companies throughout the world on the use of innovation best practices to improve new product output and financial success. It is with great pleasure that I welcome Bryan to our program. At this point, Bryan, I turn the program over to you.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Ola Jane. And thank you to those of you in the audience today that are spending part of your business day with us. My goal today is to share some learnings with you that I hope will advance your thinking regarding how your company can take a significant step forward in achieving improved innovation performance. Now, I refer to this informally, as you see on the screen here at the bottom, as innovating on innovation, which seems like a good description of what many food, beverage, and CPG firms are striving for in the market today. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the challenging business environment that most consumer goods firms find themselves in today. Although the economy overall continues to show some progress, and by the way, we saw signs of that even yesterday with the consumer confidence numbers that just came out, there are still many challenges I hear about when I talk to senior business leaders at consumer firms from around the world. I won't take you through this long list here, but it is constant pressures such as high raw materials costs, ever-changing consumer needs, and ramped-up competition, both from traditional branded companies and private label, that cause many a sleepless night for CEOs, for vice presidents, for brand leaders, really anyone that is trying to deliver on growth goals in today's consumer market. Now, I know the reason you are here today is to learn about some new leading practices in innovation, but the reason why these practices are so important is because they can play a central role in responding to these very serious business challenges. I mean, for example, if you think about this from an innovation perspective, competitive pressures are really about how do we use innovation to continually differentiate our offerings both from private label and from traditional competitors. The turbulence in consumer trends is about how we can better identify those needs and adapt our portfolios, shifting resources where appropriate to quickly respond to new market learnings. And by the way, the margin challenges that come from raw materials costs and other sources, they have a double implication for innovation. Not only does this raise the importance of developing higher value and therefore higher margin new products, but it also reinforces the need for better process innovation, or what many companies are now calling margin management initiatives. Now, this challenge is unfortunately accentuated because innovation by itself is a source of difficulty for a lot of consumer firms. Although the dream for many new products that come to market is to achieve that $100 million number in year one sales, and also, of course, to be included in that top 10 list of IRI new product pace setters. The reality is that even $10 million in year one sales is unusual. So as you can see, even though companies spend on average about $15 million in marketing a new product launch, the vast majority of those fail to reach more than $7.5 million in sales during their first year. And then the challenge is to maintain that in the long term. Again, another Nielsen study showed that over one half of new products failed to sustain their year one sales performance in year two. And then only 1 in 3 sustained that through their third year in the market. So enough bad news, because even in the midst of all these challenges, there is opportunity. look at this fine-grained analysis provided by IRI when they examined the best new selling products over the past 10 years. They distinguished between new products which had what they called imitative benefits as opposed to innovative benefits. And nearly 75% of the new products were imitative. In other words, they were not unique. But the products with innovative benefits had significantly greater results. And in fact, they averaged 57% more in year one sales than the imitative products. So essentially, what that meant was each of those innovative products had nearly, on average, $15 million more in year one sales than the imitative ones. And that is the power and the promise of true innovation for consumer firms. Helping consumer firms achieve this promise has been my company's mission now for over 10 years. And today, I'm going to share some lessons that we have learned during that time in working to improve innovation performance at some of the world's leading consumer firms. Of course, this also means that we work on innovation with some of the world's largest, best known, and most exciting brands. So I'll share those lessons today in the form of what we call new leading practices in enterprise innovation performance.